Alright, so we're looking at the temporal bone, and we're going to look at the just general regions to begin with.
Okay, first we have the squamous region.
Squamous region is this flat part, smooth part of the bone, the zygomatic process, and also this mandibular fossa.
Okay, we have the mastoid region.
Mastoid region is going to be this area over here near the mastoid process, where it's a bit bumpier, and it's going to contain the mastoid air cells.
And we also have the stylomastoid foramen.
And the stylomastoid foramen, which would be between the mastoid process and the styloid process, which we can show you on a skull in a minute.
Okay, we have the petrous region,
Petrous region of temporal bone.
which has the internal acoustic meatus,
It's going to contain internal acoustic meatus for the inner ear.
and the jugular foramen.
Jugular foramen is going to be formed partly by the temporal bone and partly by that occipital bone, which will sit posterior and inferior.
Okay, we have the foramen lacerum.
Foramen lacerum is going to be formed on the anterior part of the petrous region, where the sphenoid bone meets the temporal bone.
Okay, and the carotid canal.
And then the carotid canal exit can be seen here, kind of in the middle of the petrous region.
And then we have the tympanic region.
Okay, tympanic region is going to be this small spot between mastoid process and mandibular fossa, which contains the external acoustic meatus, part of the external ear.
And also the styloid process.
And then styloid process on this bone looks a little bit broken.
Okay, we'll show you some of these on the intact skull.
So here's a real skull. There's external acoustic meatus. Here's a full styloid process.
Okay.
And then the stylomastoid foramen right there between mastoid process and styloid process.
Okay. And then the carotid canal.
So from an inferior view, the carotid canal is going to begin for the left side here and for the right side here.
Okay.
They're going to, the carotid artery will exit into the skull right around here.
Okay. And then we have the foramen lacerum.
Foramen lacerum on the right and on the left from the superior view.
The jugular foramen.
Jugular foramen right there and right there.
Okay. And then we have the internal acoustic meatus.
Internal acoustic meatus is going to be this opening here for the inner ear.
Okay. And then for the squamous region, we have the mandibular fossa.
Again, back to that inferior view, the mandibular fossa is where that mandible is articulating with the temporal bone.
Okay.
So right there.
And last, the zygomatic process.
Okay, zygomatic process is that big pointy process which comes off the temporal bone towards the zygomatic bone.
Okay.